Hi, everyone. Now we are on the plant cell doing photosynthesis. So we are going to start off with step number 1, coloring our chloroplasts green. So I'm going to take my green, and my chloroplasts typically have these little dots in them. That's how I know that they are chloroplasts. They also have 2 membranes. So you'll see a double line at the edge there. So there's my chloroplasts. I'm going to color them all green. It looks like I have 3 of them in this cell. But in normal plant cell, we would have many, many more than that. So I got those guys in green here. Step number 2 says draw an arrow showing carbon dioxide entering the cell. So I'm going to zoom this in here a little bit. We have carbon dioxide. I'm going to draw that going in here. Carbon dioxide. And step 2A asks about transport movement and to mention that it's coming from the outside environment. So my carbon dioxide, it's a small molecule, it's a gas, it can diffuse right through both of those membranes. So this is going to use diffusion. And it is from the outside environment. Okay. There's our carbon dioxide. That's an input of photosynthesis. We see that up here in our equation. The next input of photosynthesis is water. So step number 3 says draw an arrow showing water entering the cell and the chloroplast. I'll go ahead and I'll take blue here. I'm going to show water entering both the cell and the chloroplast and label it. They also would like for us to label the transport movement and state that it is coming from the roots here. We get water, or plants get water from their roots. Water, remember, has a special type of diffusion called osmosis. And this is coming from the roots. Okay. We have one other input here for photosynthesis in plants, and that is our sunlight. So step number 4 says show sunlight entering the chloroplast and the cell. And there's no other qualifiers there. So I just go ahead and draw that right into my cell. Step 5 says draw an arrow showing the movement of oxygen exiting the chloroplast and the cell. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to draw it coming out this direction and give myself a little bit of space down here to write. And I am going to show that this is oxygen leaving my chloroplast and my cell. Our transport movement for oxygen, it's a gas. It can pass through the membrane very easily. So this is diffusion. And it says that this is going to the outside environment, to outside environment. Okay. Last but not least, our final output, we've got water and sunlight in there. We've shown oxygen leaving. Now we have to show glucose leaving. So step number 6 says draw an arrow showing glucose exiting the chloroplast only, because this goes right into the cellular space here, which is called the cytoplasm. So this is my glucose molecules. Glucose exits the mitochondria, but stays in the cytoplasm. And it says that we need to label the type of movement that this process is using. And glucose always is using facilitated diffusion. All right. So there is the process of photosynthesis all happening in our chloroplast in our plant cells.